You match with someone on a Tuesday. By Thursday, you're already imagining your future together. By Sunday, you're checking their Instagram every hour wondering why they haven't texted back. Sound familiar? If you've ever met someone and felt an overwhelming, almost addictive feeling of this is the one within days or even hours, you're not crazy, you're not too sensitive, and you're definitely not alone. But here's the thing. That feeling, it's not love. It's your psychology working against you. And today, we're going to break down exactly why it happens. First, let's define what we're actually talking about. Falling in love too fast, psychologists sometimes call it limerence or fantasy bonding, is when you develop intense romantic feelings for someone before you actually know them. You're not falling for the real person. You're falling for the idea of them, the version of them you've built in your head. You fill in the gaps with your imagination. Every silence becomes mystery. Every smile becomes a signal. Every text back becomes proof that they're perfect. But why do some people do this more than others? That's where attachment theory comes in. Attachment theory, developed by psychologist John Bowlby and later expanded by Mary Ainsworth, tells us that the way we bonded with our caregivers as children creates a blueprint for how we love as adults. People who fall in love too fast typically have what's called an anxious attachment style. As children, they experienced love that was inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes distant, sometimes present, sometimes gone. And their little brains learned one terrifying lesson. Love is not guaranteed. You have to earn it, chase it, and hold on to it before it disappears. Fast forward to adulthood. The moment someone shows them even a flicker of interest, their nervous system lights up like a Christmas tree. Finally, this could be it. Don't lose this. And so they rush, they overinvest. They put this near stranger on a pedestal because deep down their anxious brain is terrified of losing something they never truly had yet. Now add fantasy bonding on top of that and you've got a powerful cocktail. Fantasy bonding is when you mentally merge with someone and create a fictional relationship that feels completely real to you, but exists mostly in your mind. You start narrating a love story. You imagine how they'd meet your friends. You think about how they'd look on your Instagram. You rehearse future conversations. And here's the dangerous part. All this mental activity triggers real emotional responses. Your brain can't fully distinguish between imagining something deeply and actually experiencing it. So you feel genuine excitement, warmth, and even attachment toward a person you barely know. When reality doesn't match the fantasy, when they're just normal or unavailable or not that into it, the crash is devastating. Not because you lost them, but because you lost the story you built around them. There's also a neurological piece to this. Early-stage attraction floods your brain with dopamine, the same chemical involved in gambling, social media scrolling, and even substance cravings. Dopamine is released not just when something good happens, but in the anticipation of it. The will they text back, the did they look at my story, that uncertainty is actually what keeps you hooked. For anxiously attached people, this loop is especially intense. The push-pull of available and unavailable creates a chemical roller coaster that mimics love, but is really just your reward system in overdrive. This is why situationships can feel more intense than stable relationships. Stability doesn't spike dopamine, uncertainty does. So what do you do if you recognize yourself in this? First, slow down intentionally. When you feel that intense rush early on, treat it as information, not instruction. Ask yourself, do I actually know this person or do I know the story I've told myself about them? Second, observe, don't narrate. Instead of filling in the blanks with your imagination, sit in the uncertainty. Let people reveal themselves over time. Third, work on the root. Anxious attachment doesn't disappear overnight, but therapy, self-awareness, and building a secure sense of self can genuinely rewire how you love. The goal isn't to stop feeling deeply. Deep feeling is a gift. The goal is to direct it toward people who've actually earned it, not just people who showed up at the right moment. You deserve a love that's real, not one built on hope and projection, and not starts with understanding why your heart moves the way it does. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and drop in the comments, have you ever fallen for the idea of someone rather than the actual person? I'll see you in the next one.